30-ish minutes of side split stretching starting right now. We do this every single day to practice consistency because that's the most important quality. And hopefully, with that consistency, we build a little bit of community with people who keep coming back. And together, I hope that we can make some really good progress towards our side split goals. All right, that's the intro, that's the blurb. If you haven't followed yet and you love the mission, feel free, please do subscribe, follow, and get notified so you can keep coming back to the live videos. And please do take a couple of seconds to introduce yourself in the chat, say hello. There's a lot of people, lovely people who keep coming back and would love to engage with you, including Queen R, who says, "Ooh, hi, hi." All right, let's get into the warm up. We're gonna do 3 warm up stretches and 5 actual stretches. The warm ups are all about moving and getting our hips, our hamstrings, and our muscles ready to go. And the stretches are, what you expect from stretches. We're gonna get to end range of motion, apply some pressure. We're gonna hold most of the stretches for about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna move on. Okay. So if we do this really fast, we should be done in half an hour. And the more I explain, the longer it goes, which I'll try to be good about. So let's get into our first warm-up exercise. They are called the hip cars. Hip cars look like this. High knee, open up that hip directly to the left and right. Keep that knee high. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is as high as possible. You can't even see my ankle anymore because it's as high as my knee. Now rotate over so I can show you how high it is, right? And then from there, we're going to bring the leg down and back. It looks like it's just behind me, right? But what I want you to do is flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, feel that stretch in the hip flexors as you bring the leg back. That is 1 rep. We're going to do 10 on the left side, 10 on the right side. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try your best to keep your hip as high as possible each step of the way. Wow, I'm losing balance a lot. I think it's because I'm wearing very slippery socks. I thought I would keep them on for the side splits because my feet have been maybe getting a little bit sweaty or something. So the last little bit of traction I wanted to get rid of. It might have been too early to put them on. Anyways, that is 10 hip cars on the left side. Let's do 10 hip cars on the right side. I'm going to scoot in just to check if there's anything I need to address. Trouble with Oxy says, let's do this. Woo! And Queen R says, also, let's do this. You do look like you're about to kick someone. That's good. That's good. I'm trying to be intimidated. Okay. If you're just joining in, we're doing 30 minutes of live side split stretching. We'll start with the warm up, and we do this every single day to practice consistency. So hit subscribe, follow, make sure you keep coming back for more side split stuff. We already did the left leg. We're doing the right leg. We're doing hip cars, and it looks like this. High knee, open up the hip as much as possible. Rotate that leg so the ankle and the knee are both high up. Now rotate over to show you how high it is, and then bring the leg down and back. This is what it looks like from the front. From the back, your hamstrings are stretched, your glutes are stretched. You're feeling that stretch in the back, in the front of your hip flexor. We do this to make sure all of the little weak parts of your muscle get a little bit stronger, and you keep on using the end range of your hips. This makes it so, 50 years from now, when you're getting old, you have a little bit more range of motion than you would otherwise if you never used these muscles. All right. Ugh. We're doing 10 of these total. I have absolutely no idea how many I've done because I've just been rambling and talking to you guys. But let's just pretend that was 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, that is the front ones. What we just did. Halimi or Turk says, wow. And something in Turkish that I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to do the reverse now. All right, what that means is instead of going knee first, we're going to go back first. Flex the hamstring, flex the glutes, stretch the front of the hip flexor. Bring the leg up directly to the side so that your ankle and your knee are as high as possible. Rotate the leg, bring the knee up as high as you can. Bring the knee forward as far as you can. I can see that this pair of pants and this shirt are both really dark, so it's a little bit hard to see what I'm doing. So I'll try to keep it at a bit of an angle so it's easier to see. All right, let's keep going. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side and 10 on the right. Back, side, ankle, knee, 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 back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna switch to the other side. I'm gonna just double check to see if there's anything I need to address. Jojo, it is totally normal if you cramp up. I have been doing some version of this live for like 300 days, and it takes a lot of time to build up, especially if you only do this for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds a day. It takes a long time to work your way up, right? This isn't so much a strength exercise as it is just making sure your hips are working pretty decent for what you're able to do, right? So, all right, man, I'm out of breath. I talk too much and breathe too little. All right, I think I've done 8, 9, and 10. All right. Thanks, Jojo. For some reason, my right leg is my strong leg. It's my jumping leg. It's my power leg, and like, that's my strong leg. But for some reason, whenever I do the balancing stuff on my right leg, I have no balance on the right leg. But on the left leg, I have much better balance, and I don't know why that is. All right, we just did all of our hip cars. We're gonna move into something that doesn't require nearly as much balance. We're gonna get into some elephant walks. We're gonna peek in. Oh, hi. Okay. Let's see. The first thing that we did was hip cars. We're moving into exercise number 2. It is called elephant walks. What we're gonna do is get into this L shape. And if you're a little bit higher up, you're not as flexible, that's totally okay. Just try your best to bring your belly button down to the ground. Okay? Now, the elephant walk basically looks like this. We're bending one knee, keeping the other leg straight. We're trying to keep our belly button as low as possible so we feel the stretch in each of our hamstrings. Okay? You can step forward and you can experiment with how you want to do these. It's not really important how you do them, as long as you feel the stretch in the hamstring stretch and it gets more intense. So if you want to be Michael Jackson moonwalking, but all the way down here, that works. If you want to just focus on doing some bounces, that works. If you want to switch from side to side, which I recommend, that also works. All right, you just have to make sure you're feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Now, we're going to add one more bonus thing to make this a little bit more interesting and get a little bit more healthy benefits from the movement and the time that we're spending. All right, so once we're in this out position, bend one knee, straighten the other leg. So right now, my right leg is straight. I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to open up my chest to the right. I'm going to turn that hand out to the right and behind me and take a look at where that hand is and then come back down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bend my right leg. Use my right hand to grab my left leg. My left leg is straight. Open up my chest to the left and extend the hand out and to the left. Behind me. Whew. All right, and come back down. So what we just did is we're getting to that hamstring stretch, and then we added some thoracic rotation. Thoracic rotation is basically just your upper back rotating, twisting. And what's important about thoracic rotation is most of the time, as fitness is shown on the internet, there's a lot of movements that look like this, right? Or like this. And it's about keeping your back very, very straight. Most of the muscles in your back are designed to do things like twist, to round the other way. And we don't spend nearly as much time as a fitness culture, I guess, talking about all those things. You need to do this to check your rearview mirror, to check your blind spot. You need to look this way in order to reverse the car, right? There's lots of reasons to need to twist your head, your back, and it's always good if you can to squeeze in a little bit of exercise in the process. And that's why I added in here, both to make the elephant walk a little bit more fun, but to also squeeze that little bit of exercise into your day. All right. And that is the second warm-up exercise. We're going into number 3. All right. Number 3 is the Cossack switch. What we're going to do is we're going to spread our legs out to about 2 times our hips width. So if hip is over here, we're going to go double. All right. From here, we're going to pick either side. We're going to drop down to one side. All right. What I want you to do is make sure your knee is over your toes. What I mean by that is I'm going to rotate this way so you can see my knee and my toes. My knee is on top of my toes. It's not out here, right? That's not a strong line. It's not out, it's not in here. That's also not a strong line. We want to be right above. And if you feel like you're not sure how to position the leg, you don't have to worry about that so much because you can do it in a lot of different directions. Right now, my leg is pointing straight ahead. That works. I can point it out. Maybe 30 degrees also works. 45, 60, 90, all of that will work. All right, because of what we were just doing, the hip cars. We're making sure our whole entire leg was moving through that full range of motion in our hip. So focus on keeping the knee over the toes, and the direction that your leg comes out at the hip, that's up to you. All right, let's go ahead and drop down into this position. Hang out here for a while. We'll feel the stretch in the front of the ankle. Feel that stretch a little bit in the Achilles tendon. Feel the pressure in the hip. And we'll just hang out here for a second. Most people don't spend any time in a position like this. And so I want to give you a second to get used to it, adjust. And once you've taken a second to do that, take your hands, place them down, move over to the other side, and do the same thing on the other side. All right? Feel the pressure in the front of the ankle, feel the pressure in the hip, feel that stretch in the Achilles tendon. And if any part of this is too hard, you're feeling like you're falling over that way, or you can't come all the way over, you can always do a higher version, right? So instead of having your knee all the way forward, you can bring your knee a little bit back. If you can't handle having your hip that low, you can bring your hip up a little bit. Those are all perfectly cool and are part of the process of getting into a stronger and more flexible body. All right. From here, now that we've hung out and we've rested and we've spent some time in this position, let's keep on switching over back to the other side. We're going to do 5 total from side to side. And if this keeping your butt low and coming to the other side feels a little bit difficult, you can come up a little bit higher and then come across to the other side and come back down. You can try doing some squats, coming all the way up and all the way back down. And you can also, just like before, put your hands down, give yourself a little bit of support, and come back and forth. All right. We're just going to do 1 or 2 more. Make sure your hips are warmed up, and we are done with the warm up. It's time for the stretches. I'm going to just double check the chat to see if anything there is to address. May said B backwards. I'm not really sure what that means. That's okay. There's a bunch of things that I can't understand, but it looks like Queen R is doing a lot of the work for me, and I appreciate it. Thank you for answering questions. All right. We just finished up our warm-up exercises. That was the hip car, the elephant walk, plus twist, and the Cossack switch. Now we're moving into our 5 stretches. The first stretch is the hamstring stretch. Okay. So in the hamstring stretch, we want to grab a little bit of a cushion because we're going to end up on our knees. All right. On one knee at a time, but each one of them will get some time getting some work done. All right. So let's drop down onto that pillow cushion. You can do it without. That's totally fine. But if you're at home and you can grab something, might make it a little bit more comfortable. You can use an old slipper. If you have shoes you don't care about, you can just go right on top of the shoes. Pillows, cushions, old towels, whatever you need, protect your knee. All right. From here, I want you to focus on keeping your hips square. All right. And stick that leg out right in front of you. This is what I'm looking for. I don't really want you to go out to the side. All right. That's a no-no. From here, I want you to focus I'll bring your belly button down to the ground towards your leg. All right, from the front, it looks like this. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the side right now. All right, leg is right in front. Bring the belly button down to the leg. If you cannot get this low, that's totally okay. If you're stuck here, it's totally fine. I just want you to feel the stretch in your hamstring. All right, and once you feel that stretch, I want you to really focus on bringing the top of your hips and that belly button pointing that way, right in front. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. We're going to do all of our stretches for about 30 seconds. And I want you to try and bring your belly button down the whole time. Ready? Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep pushing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up out of that stretch real quick. We're going to switch over to the other side and drop down to that knee. Again, point the leg right in front of you. Bring the belly button down. Take a moment, feel that stretch getting more and more intense. Take a couple of breaths, do a couple of pulses. See if you can get deeper into the stretch. And now it's time for our 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay. If you did that right, your hamstrings are probably really tense and tingly right now. What I want you to do is just shake it out. Move the legs. Shake, 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 shake. It might look a little bit silly, but it's okay. You're in your home. You're not in public, not doing it in front of the internet. So you'll be okay. Just make sure your legs are working. I'm gonna come back in, check the chat real quick. And I don't think there is anything I need to address, but if you have missed something, yeah, okay. If I have missed something that you sent and you want me to address it, let me know. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming, everybody. We do 30 minutes of live side split stretching every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully together we can make some progress towards our side split goals. So if you're having fun, you're enjoying the exercises, enjoy my personality, you think you want to do more side splits and you struggle to be consistent, hit follow, subscribe, make sure to get notified so you can keep coming back and we can practice the side splits together. I hope to see you again soon. All right, let's continue with our next stretch. The next stretch is the butterfly. The butterfly basically looks like this. We stand on our butts, bring our feet together, and we try to bring our knees down. That's a fine stretch, but we can make this a lot better by using a wall. So I want you to try your best to get to a wall. All right. If your head, your shoulders, your back, and your butt are against the wall, you can apply more pressure to your legs. And I'll explain that in a second. So from here, take your feet, bring them in. Your knees will pop up. We want to bring the knees down to the ground. Okay. So what we're going to do is use the outer thigh muscles, the glutes, to pull open our legs. And this always takes me a couple of seconds, so feel free to start and take a couple of seconds to really squeeze those muscles and bring the legs down to the ground. All right, I think I am stuck as low as I can go, and it's time to apply some pressure with our hands. So if your head, your shoulders, your back are against the wall, you can use the wall to help push your arms into your legs. All right, give that a try, and that's it. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Let's go. Keep on contracting those muscles. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let the hands go. Slowly move your legs, get the hips working. And once they are working, come on up. We're moving on into stretch number 3. The third stretch that we're going to do is called the standing pancake. A pancake basically looks like this. Use your lower body as your upper body. We go like that. I mean, it's more like this than it is like that because that's kind of crazy. I don't know what that is. But that's the goal we're trying to hit. It is really hard to do that. And so we do it using the help of gravity. All right. So we're going to open up our legs nice and wide. We're going to fold at the hips and we're going to try to bring ourselves down. So I showed you a pancake like this. The pancake we're going to do is going to look more like that. All right. But if you're really flexible, maybe you'll get to like here. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. Let's go. One thing before we begin, if you are rather new to this and you aren't quite sure about your balance, I recommend you do this one step away from a wall. And that's because if you're folding and you're shaking and you're moving and then you lose a little bit of balance, you start falling backwards, the wall will be there to catch you. All right. All right. Let's get into the standing pancake. We'll start by opening up our legs nice and wide until it's no longer comfortable here in the hips. When it's no longer comfortable, I want you to try your best to fold forward and get into this position. From here, we're basically there. This is standing pancake. I'm going to rotate. You don't have to rotate. From here, I recommend you take off your socks because your socks are making it really difficult to balance. In fact, I'm going to just do that right now. I'm going to take off this sock. And then from here, we want to try to bring the belly button down as low to the ground as possible. So we got two options. One, you can stick your butt really far back. You can stick your arms out, and that helps gravity and leverage pull you down deeper into the stretch. Alternatively, you can grab your legs and pull yourself down. Whatever you decide to do, we're going to do it for 30 seconds. So let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay, come on up and out of that stretch. Oh, if you did it right, you'll feel the stretch on the inner thighs and in the hamstrings in the back of your leg. And I'm gonna real quick put that sock back on because it's time to move on to stretch number 4. The fourth stretch that we're doing is called the figure 4. All right, figure 4 because we're bringing the ankle across our bodies and it makes this thing that looks like the number 4. What we're doing is bring the ankle across and bring the chest down, folding down into that leg, feeling the stretch out in the glute. So if we do this on our backs, we're pulling the leg in. If we do this alternatively on our stomachs, it's called a pigeon stretch, which is something you can easily Google. So the pigeon looks a little bit like this. The leg is still going across your body, and we're folding and let gravity pulling us down. Whatever you decide to do, get into position, and we're going to start our 30 seconds. All right, let's go. I'm going to choose pigeon today. I usually do figure 4. Feel the stretch out here in that glute and this inner hip. And let's go. 30, 29, 28. You want to keep the hips low and the chest low to the ground. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay, come on up out of that stretch. So, if you are a pro at that pigeon stretch, one of the things that might happen that you're not aware of is you might start with the leg like this, but as you put more pressure on it, the leg might come in and get closer to this angle. And when that happens, and I'll show you it from the front, it's this versus this. When you're in this angle, it's much easier to get into. All right. When you are at that angle, it's much more difficult to get into. So that's something to keep in mind as we go into the second stretch. I want you to try your best to keep that ankle out and away from you, trying to be perpendicular to your body. All right. Not here, here. If you can't get here, obviously, it's fine if you're at a different angle. I'm just telling you, uh, try to bring that ankle far away from you to work on that stretch. All right. Especially if you get in there and you're like, oh, this is an easy stretch. No big deal. I can do this all day. If that's the case, bring the ankle away from you. All right. Let's go over to the other side and do the last stretch before we do side splits. We're almost there, everybody. I promise everything we've been doing so far is to get our hips ready for the side splits. And every muscle we stretch, we need to have stretch because it's required for the side splits anyway. All right, let's go. Hips down, chest down, 30 seconds, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up out of that stretch. I hope you're feeling nice and warmed up because we're about to do the really hard stuff now. It's time for the side splits. All right. Whew. If you have just joined in, have no idea what's going on, we do 30 minutes of live side split stretching. We are pretty much at the end. We're just doing side splits from now on. Before this, we did a whole bunch of warm up, all this stuff to get our bodies prepared, all the muscles that we use in the side split. We've already stretched up until this point, and we do this every single day. We practice consistency by showing up every day. Hopefully that consistency helps you to keep coming back, because as much as it helps you to have somebody to do side splits with, helps me to do this with somebody as well. And together, I hope we make a whole bunch of side split goals. All right. So if you're enjoying this content, you're having fun, you enjoy doing stretches with somebody, and you want to keep coming back because it's good for you, hit subscribe, follow, get notified, make sure you come back. All right. All right. Time to do side splits. So if you're new to this, I recommend you get close to a wall. And that's because if you lose balance and you fall backwards, the wall will catch you and you'll stay safe. All right. Let's get into the side splits. So we're standing near the wall. Take one step forward, open up those legs as wide as they can go. This is very similar to how we did the standing pancake a couple of stretches ago. From here, when your hips get uncomfortable, fold at the hips, put your hands down like you're going to do some push-ups. Okay. From here, I want you to externally rotate your legs. What that means is your heels, I want them down, your toes, I want them up, and your knee, I lost balance. Your knee, I want to go up, all right, on both sides. From here, you might be able to already see that I'm getting deeper into a side split because this is the position for it. Okay, walk your hands back towards your hips. This way, most of your body weight will be over your hips, helping you to get into a deeper stretch. And once you cannot get any deeper, I recommend you do a little shake from side to side. I'm already wearing socks, so I can't, the shake doesn't help me. But if you have sticky feet, the shake might help you get into a slightly deeper stretch. Once you cannot go any deeper, it's time for our 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. 23, 22, 21. I encourage you to wiggle and move a little bit during the stretch. 18, 17, 16, because you might find you can move a little bit deeper into the stretch. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk those hands forward, bring your legs together, come on back into standing, and take a little break. Oh, we just did 30 seconds, our first 30 seconds. We have 2 more rounds of side splits. In the meantime, in between them, we shake it out, relax the muscles, we move around so that we can prepare for the next round of stretches. This is very intense on your body, and your muscles get really tense. They're all going, "Ugh!" So we want to make sure that in between sessions, we relax as much as we can. And we want to make sure that our muscles are working as they're supposed to. So I like to do this thing called hula hoops, where I make sure the outside, oh, like right here, is always tight after I do those side splits. Okay, those are working. Then I do some high knees, make sure these muscles are working. Do some mini squats to make sure my ankles are good, my knees are good. And then finally, I just like to kick my butt a little bit to make sure everything feels and is working okay. All right, because we just did some kind of intense stuff. All right, that's it for the break. Let's go into round 2. There are a bunch of comments. I'm gonna just double check. Hi, Iju. Okay, I hope you get some support from the support looking. Stretch for back pain, Jennifer. That is not what I'm doing. We're running low on time, but maybe we can address that right at the end. All right, let's get into round 2 of the side splits. Okay, same thing. If you are brand new to this, stand very close to a wall. So if you lose balance and you start falling backwards, the wall will catch you and you'll stay safe. Next up, let's open up those hips and sink into a deep stretch. Feel the stretch in that hip joint until it's uncomfortable. Fold at the hips. Put your hands down like you're going to do some push-ups. Externally rotate the legs, which means put your heel down and your toes up, your knees up, and walk your hands back towards your hips. All right, this will get you into a nice deep stretch. And from here, do a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can open up those hips a little bit more. And once you cannot get any further, it's time for 30 seconds of stretching. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl your hands forward. Come on out of that side split stretch. Come back into standing, and same as before, shake it out, relax. We just did something really intense for all those muscles. So move, 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 and get that body rolling. Okay, same thing as before. I like to do these hula hooping things to make sure these muscles in the front of my hip are stretched out because they're always so tight when I do this. Do a couple of quick high knees, some mini squats, my butt, my legs appear to be working. So we can get back into it. Before we do that, I'm gonna just check the chat. All right, let's see. Oh, we're doing okay on time. We got one last round of side splits to do. And before we do those, if you're having fun, enjoying the chat, enjoying the live stream, feeling like you did a really good job, you're proud of yourself. I'm proud of you for staying on for as long as you have and doing as many side splits as you've already done. If this is the environment that you enjoy, if you feel like this can help you get more consistent with your side splits, build a little community of people you want to hang out with who are also trying to get the side split, please hit follow, hit subscribe, and make sure that you get notified so that you can keep coming back for our next lives. We come on every single day, usually at the same time. So I plan to be here very consistently, and I hope you'll join me. All right, let's get into the final side split stretch. Same thing. If you are very new to this and you are afraid you might lose balance, stand very close to a wall. So if you lose balance, the wall will catch you. Next up, let's open up those legs nice and wide. And just until you feel discomfort in the hips, fold forward, put your hands down like you're doing some push-ups. From here, externally rotate the legs. What that means is heels down, toes up, knees up. All right. And walk your hands back towards your hips so that all of your body weight is right above and into your legs. Get as deep as you can. This is our last stretch. Shake from side to side to see if you can get even deeper. And once you are totally stuck, you can't get any deeper, let's do our final 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We are done. Walk your hands forward, bring your legs together, come back into standing, and shake it all out. By the time we get to the third one, our body doesn't work so good. So it takes me a couple of seconds to get back into the shake so that it actually looks like my normal shake, you know? And all right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, let's do the hula hoops. Feel these muscles in the front. I don't even know what I'm doing. That makes this stretch feel so good afterwards. I assume it's because my leg is all the way out over here, but I don't know what exactly. Oh, why? It feels so nice right here in the outside of the thigh when I do that stretch after doing side splits. Like the first round is fine. I don't need to do them. The second round, I'm like, okay, that hurts. This is probably good for me. And then by the third round of side splits, it's always like, oh man, this is nice. It's really like uncomfortably nice, right? Like it's this type of pain. You're like, oh man, I know I should do this. And oh, okay, let's keep going. High knees. Those feel good. Some mini squats. Those feel good. Do some butt kickers. And I think that means we are all done. If you are back to normal and everything is working as it should be, then we have wrapped up. You've completed our entire 9-minute session of life size splits. I hope you had fun. I hope you liked the good energy. Hope you liked the good vibes. That's it. Thank you so much for coming. If you had fun, please do remember to hit follow, subscribe, get notified, do all those things so that you can get notified to keep coming back and doing more side splits. We do this every single day to practice consistency. Around that consistency, hopefully as more people come in and stay consistent with me, with each other, we build a nice community of cool people trying to do side splits. And together, we can make a bunch of progress towards our side split goals. Anyways, that's the dream. I hope you'll join me. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you soon. Hit follow, hit subscribe. All right, I'm closing now. Actually, before I hit goodbye, let me just double check who is still online and if there are any more comments I need to address. I think, nope, YouTube doesn't show me who's online right now. Do they? Nope. All right. Okay. Jennifer, don't know if you're still on. I think it's a different Jennifer. So in that case, I guess we'll move on. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for staying for me to just look at chats and see if there's anything else I need to address, because I know that can't be the most exciting thing. But if you are interested in asking questions in the future, go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave for today, so I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye. Closing this. Close.